The most impressive practice I've seen with boys was Georgia, and it's not really close to speed, intensity wise. With the talent and that work ethic, it's easy to see why they're number one. Matt DeBerry, Dean Legge, joining you again. That's going to be featured in one of our stories called What We Were Hearing. And I want to give a little context about that. That's something that Matt gathered. But often in What We Were Hearing, we were talking to people behind the scenes and off the record. And that's something that Matt heard. Matt, without giving too much away, give us some context on that.
Yeah, that came from the father of a big time quarterback, in the country, and a guy that Georgia is after in the 25 class. And in these spring practices, Georgia goes hard, and we see a lot of recruits and their families, come and check out those spring practices. And just about every time I ask, say, hey, what did y'all see? What did you gather from the practice? And they say, man, they get after it. They are competing. They work hard. I mean, offense, defense. It's a well run practice. It's organized, but it's physical. And those guys are out there to get better. The whole iron sharpens iron thing. I know it's a cliche, but at a place like Georgia, it's true because you do have 5 stars going against 5 stars in practice.
Yeah.
They're making each other better. And I hear it all the time from parents like, wow, I mean, we go to a lot of practices, we visit a lot of schools. Obviously, my son is a recruit. We're seeing, all these different places. But at Georgia, it stands out, and it's easy to see why they are the back-to-back national champions, number one program in the country. And it starts at practice. These games are not won.
Yeah.
Well, they're won on Saturdays in the fall, but they're won in practice, and they're won in the spring. And these guys are getting better and better. I'm excited for fall camp. The team is hungry to get after it as well.
Oh, it'll be fun, which leads me to my next statement. I'm going to go full screen here so people can see this entire thing. Hey, listen, if you like this sweatshirt, this is one of the many things that you can get by taking advantage of this offer that we've got for you right now, okay? If you want to sign up for Dog Post this fall, you're going to get the 2025, 2023 preview included with it. You're also going to get 20% off of any item at Red Zone. So if you like this shirt, 20% off basically pays for the subscription for the month. They're also going to send you another t-shirt. So you're going to get a lot of value for signing up for a monthly subscription. That link is right down below. If you've bought a book with us, if you've bought a magazine with us, I will give you September for free, but you got to sign up first. This is not an offer that I can offer forever because we are going to run out of magazines. So take advantage of that right now. So Matt, one last time, if you order the monthly subscription, I've got the link right down below. You're going to get our 2023 preview, which is the value of a month at Dog Post. You get that free. You get 20% off any item at Red Zone. They will send you a code. They will send you a free t-shirt. And if you have ordered a book or a magazine, I'm going to give you September for free, but you have to act now. It's a lot for me to get out, but I'm not surprised that people have that. By the way, this is Christmas in July, man.
I like that.
You know, this is a very this is an exclusive. You're not going to see this. You're not going to see this anywhere other than Red Zone. But I'm not surprised people are or parents of prospects are commenting that practices at Georgia are different, and these aren't even so-called real practices. Let me get you back on the screen. These are not even so-called real practices in like we're about to see about a week here.
Yeah, especially with out-of-state kids and out-of-state parents who are coming to check
Yeah.
out Athens for maybe the first time or their first practice. It really is eye-opening, and we're seeing Georgia do a great job of going into Texas and landing the number one linebacker, not only in Texas but the country. Going to North Carolina and getting kids, going to Connecticut to get a quarterback,
Yeah.
going to California for a number of different position groups, right? That's just what they do. And a lot of it is when these kids and their families get to campus, they see how intense it is and how passionate the community is, the fan base, how hard this team works, how organized it is, how much Kirby gets after it. He is very hands on
That
compared to a lot of
microphone.
other. Yeah, yeah, he's get it. He's loud. He's energetic, and has more of a hands-on approach than I think other head coaches do, where it's more of delegating it to the staff. Kirby does that too, but like you said, you can hear him from wherever you are. If you're remotely close to the practice field or Butts-Mehre, you can hear Kirby getting after it to his guys, and it really does stand out. And especially these out-of-state kids, when they get to Georgia, they're like, "Man, this place really is different." I've heard a lot about it, but seeing it in person firsthand, this place is something special, and they're proving it on the field.
No, they are, and I wanted to touch on something too. Obviously they've won back-to-back national championships, but part of this has been coming. This has been building for some time. Andrew Thomas signing a record deal for offensive linemen, if I'm not mistaken, $117.5 million deal, of which 60 something is guaranteed. I mean, Andrew Thomas was one of the most important kids that they signed at the beginning of this thing. His first game against I guess Appalachian State, his final game, the game against Baylor. And in that time, well, it might not have been against Baylor. Was it against? No, that's right. Yeah, it was in 19. Um, they have been building towards this for a long time. And it's not just that they're winning on the field with prospects. They're also developing them, getting them to a top, in position to be top 5 draft picks. And then, their second contract is life changing, if not the first, but certainly the second
Yeah.
one. That was the case with Andrew.
Yeah, and he's a guy that we covered in high school. We
Mm-hmm.
get out and we go see the kids, and we've got pictures to prove it. And he looked a lot different when he was at Pace Academy. He was still really big, but you could see how lean he was, and he just put on weight and muscle over time. He always had the tools. And uh, again, if you want to cover the dogs in recruiting, you got to go out and see these kids. And we're going to be all over the place this fall. We're going to see Dylan Raiola a bunch, see as many guys as we can. And we saw Andrew Thomas a good bit, and just good for him. He's a great kid, and we knew he was going to be really good. And when he got to Georgia, won the starting job at right tackle, played there when Isaiah Wynn was at left tackle that first year, 2017 SEC champion, and then moved to left tackle and dominated his last 2 seasons, or his sophomore and junior seasons. Left for the draft, was the number 4 overall pick, first offensive lineman drafted in a excellent offensive line class that year in 2020. And now he's getting paid, and it's just another guy that Kirby and his staff can walk into the living room and say, hey, this is what we do. You come here, no matter what position you play, you're going to get developed, and you're going to have a very good chance of playing in the league and being very successful too. So big shout out to Andrew Thomas. Big day for him. Well deserved.
No question. And I was rolling through some pictures as you were talking there of Andrew. He played in some epic games, man. I mean, I'm just looking at this real quick. The Notre Dame game in 19 and 17, the Alabama game in 17 and 18, the LSU, any game against LSU. I guess they played them twice in 18 and 19. I've got an image, you cannot see it, of Andrew Thomas defending against Nolan Smith. I wish I could send it to you. It's hard to do that while we're doing these, but the audience can see it right now with these two guys. This was in Dylan Weber got this shot. Nolan Smith and Andrew Thomas during G-Day in 2019. So that was Nolan's
First year.
year. And there you have two first round draft picks going up against each other, and Nolan immediately got the ability to do what the person that you spoke with and what we were hearing was talking about, which was immediately play in big games, or in big moments against first round draft picks.
Yeah, that's just what you get at Georgia. The best go after the best. Nolan Smith was the number 1 prospect in the country. Andrew Thomas was a borderline 5-star. And these guys get better. Not only do they recruit and sign these 5-stars, but they get the 5-stars out of them. Nakobe Dean was a 5-star, played like it, turned into one.
Yeah.
Roquan Smith was a high 4-star. He obviously played like a 5-star. So it's tough to say that these guys regress when they get to Georgia. Just about all of them get better. I mean, Xavier Sori is the guy we haven't seen much from. He was a 5-star. I guess you could mention MJ Sherman, but MJ Sherman still got better at Georgia. And I think he's going to blow up at Nebraska. But when you have so much talent, you can't play everyone. I mean, there's only a certain number of guys who can start on a roster full of 5-stars, especially at linebacker and offensive tackle and quarterback. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Yeah, I mean, I went to go see MJ in his first game back after having a very serious knee injury. I mean, the guy was recovering from that. It took him a long time to get right, and hopefully he will. That's a great family. Hopefully he will at Nebraska. But there is a significant amount of competition at every single one of these practices. It's not surprising at all to me when we see guys go on to get these massive contracts. I don't think that's going to be the last one. That was Andrew Thomas's class. That means he was the class of 2020. I don't know. I don't remember everybody else in that class, but DeAndre Swift's going to have stuff coming up soon. I saw Ben Jones, like I told a lot of people who were listening, up at media days. It didn't even occur to me to give him a call before I got up there, but the offensive linemen at Georgia have really paid off. The centers have been outstanding, actually, from Ben to
David Andrews.
from Ben to David Andrews to Cedric Van Pran now. I mean, Cedric Van Pran is going to be a high level draft pick, but a lot of it during the Kirby era has to do with they have really good players who are really having to fight with each other to get onto the field. Hey, make sure you're taking advantage of that offer. We're not going to have it around forever. We'll see you on the website.